Okay, you guys, I just want to make a quick video to tell you a little bit about the book. Also, that Mercury is retrograde. It goes direct this weekend. And it's a very Neptune day, so my thoughts may be a little scattered. So I want to keep this, oops, it's his tail. I want to keep this video short. I just wanted to tell you because someone asked, a gal who watches the videos and comments, which I love, definitely comment, love it. She asked, what's the book? What's the name of the book? How do I get it? The book is called The Little Book of Saturn. It is a pretty whenever I start to talk, I start going Virgo. I start like editing my thoughts. I'm going to try not to do that. All right. Just the facts. The book is called The Little Book of Saturn. It comes out June 1st. You can pre-order. I will put links in the description box for you to my website, which will have all three of the pre-order places: Amazon, Barnes & Noble, IndieBound, and I'll also put a separate Amazon link. You can order it from any of those. Pre-orders, comes out June 1st, Little Book of Saturn. It's an introduction to astrology itself and really my approach to astrology and being an astrologer. And it is about Saturn. So I talk about the 3 Saturn returns, Saturn in the houses, Saturn in the signs. And, honestly, my favorite parts are the first part. My favorite, probably the introduction. The introduction in chapter 1 is probably my favorite. But if you are the type of person who, is looking up your friends' charts or your family, or even for yourself, and you see, oh, Saturn in Cancer, what might that be about? Or Saturn in Pisces, what's that person like? And not only that, but what is Saturn? So what is Saturn? Who is Saturn? How do we think about Saturn? What is Saturn good for? What does it mean in the horoscope? And then, if you are wondering, the book might answer questions. I think it might really answer questions that you have, because often Saturn is a delay, a frustration, a kind of blockage. And, we experience these obviously in our lives. We experience, open roads and blockades. And you might think, oh my gosh, such and such, whatever it is, has always been hard for me. I don't know why. This thing over here is easy. This thing over here is hard. Why is that? Once you know where your Saturn is, it starts to really unfold and you figure it out. Like I'll give you an example from my own chart. I have Saturn in the 9th house. One thing that the 9th house rules is publishing. Here I am, not young. I'm not young. I'm almost 50. Believe it or not. I don't believe it. It's like freaks me out. Okay. My first book is coming out at age almost 50. And Goldie's here. Goldie's here and he's about to get frisky. I've been writing my whole life. I mean, seriously. When people talk about, oh, I've been reading tarot since I was 2 months old, that kind of shit. Well, that's not me. I only started reading tarot in my 30s. But I've been writing pretty much my whole life. I've been a writer my whole life. Pretty much. I even went to, at least at that time, the top school for creative writing when I was in my early 20s. I was a poet. And it's taken me this long to have a first book. I didn't have a book come out in my 20s or 30s, but in my late 40s. That is a pretty good example of Saturn delaying, slowing down the 9th house, publishing. Another example is travel, which, I did some when I was young. Kind of like just like moving all the time. That was more about moving than travel, but I don't travel. 9th house is also travel, Saturn in the 9th. So we mature into Saturn. We grow into it. We're not born being Saturn. I mean, yes, the Capricorns to some degree. but it's not the highest version of it. It's not the best version of it. It's certainly not the wisest version. You know, the more Saturn you are, the more Saturn you are in an unconscious way, you will be bullying. But the more you're able to figure out your own Saturn path, you don't need to bully. You don't need to tell people what to do. You don't need to be controlling. It transforms into something else according to your chart and your life experience. Okay, this one on longer than I thought, as usual. So let me say goodbye for now. The links are below. Remember to, you know what? I was going to go off on another tangent. I'm going to skip it. Just look in the description box. There's information about getting a reading from me. We can talk about your Saturn or anything else. The stuff about the book, Patreon, and I think that's all for now. I hope you're having a beautiful Neptunian day. I really feel it. As soon as I have a thought, it just it just does this. It does crazy things with its hands as soon as I have a thought. And Goldie is right here. And he's not taking any crap from nobody today. I'm brushing him with my hairbrush. With his hairbrush. Okay, you guys. Like, share, subscribe, buy the book, purchase a reading, and I will see you star lovers very soon. Very, very soon.